So good evening. I'm Benita Matowska, founder and chief sharer of a new social enterprise called The People Who Share. So are you in the mood for sharing? Are we in a sharing mood tonight? Yes. Engaging the sharing in the mood? I'm going to share with you an exciting vision that I believe will transform the way we think, live and do business. A new multi-billion-pound economy is emerging, touted as the biggest thing since the Industrial Revolution. It's called the sharing economy. Unlike our current economy, it's sustainable because it places people and planet at its heart. But first, I want to take you back to the beginning. So this is me at the age of 10. Probably tell by the hair somewhere in there. And I was known as the persuader. So I persuaded 40 kids and adults to join the Santa Sack. We asked people on their way into a supermarket to buy an extra item of food to share with someone in need. And then my mum had the job of being the taxi to deliver the food. So I then went on to spend 20 years in broadcasting. I launched 2 production companies in New York and in the UK, but I wanted to give back. So I moved into the charity sector and I ran a global entrepreneurship campaign focusing on young people in 105 countries. But then I got to thinking, with a planet of finite resources and a growing population, what's wrong with the world is that there's a shortage of sharing. Sharing is a simple solution. We all have the capacity to share, and we were born to do it. Sharing turns this into this. Sharing turns scenes like this into scenes like this. Sharing turns a world like this into a world like this. I know where I'd rather be. So I founded The People Who Share. We're on a mission to build this sharing economy, to make it easy for people to share skills, time, resources, opportunities, responsibility, goods and services. This new and emerging sharing market includes car sharing, peer-to-peer rental, redistribution, collaborative consumption. The gap in this market is the aggregator, the company that brings it all together, that promotes sharing, that builds a strong brand around it, that makes it mainstream, that doesn't sit on the sidelines, but makes the headlines. So we're building the eBay of sharing, a place to house this new sharing economy, a big, ambitious, social super brand that will make sharing irresistible and cool. What I'm building is a robust, scalable business that will be sustainable within 2 years. Sharing is in our DNA, and as a shared opportunity, young people from the WOW agency who are embedded in London Metropolitan University are building the prototype for the eBay of sharing as part of their learning, which will launch next spring. But if we're to put sharing on the high street, we need to give the skeptics and the non-sharers a reason to share. Through our 10 Million Sharers campaign, we run on-land events called Crowdshare. And here's some pictures of Crowdshare. Our first Crowdshare at the Brighton Youth Centre engaged 300 people in a carnival of sharing. 200 items were diverted from landfill. Young people shared the opportunity to showcase their talents. As a result, the Youth Centre reported a 50% increase in their paying activities. Our second Crowdshare engaged 400 participants. 420 items from books to clothes were diverted from landfill. People shared food, swapped skills, got to know their neighbours. Young people had their first experience of event management. Crowdshare demonstrates that much of what we need is right on our doorstep and provides a solid evidence base for our business and our campaign. You see, there's nothing fluffy about sharing. Sharing feeds, clothes, educates, builds communities, provides access, paves the way for a new kind of business, and shares opportunities with those who need them most. My favourite Crowdshare quote is from an 8-year-old girl who, after swapping a toy she no longer played with for a Jacqueline Wilson book and a cupcake, said, "Mummy, if we shared every day, nobody would be hungry, nobody would be poor, we could all be as happy as me today." So I invite you to share in this opportunity. It's a big opportunity and an important one. The People Who Share is a startup with an experienced team currently working pro bono. What we need is seed funding, so your financial support tonight is critical. Because I'm not just growing a tree, I'm growing a whole rainforest, or maybe even several. £5,000 would enable us to put on 2 more Crowdshare events, this time engaging 1,000 people, and to further also develop our eBay of sharing. providing some of the support and security we need for our platform. But since I'm at the start of this ambitious journey, I'm asking you, the funding network, as a community of sharers, to share more than you usually would, to help build this game-changing brand. And this will be money well shared, because every pound I raise tonight has a £10 value, thanks to our small but brilliant pro bono team. Aside from cash, we need lots of in-kind help. Media coverage about sharing and the sharing economy. We'd like to do a cross-media campaign to get Britain sharing. We're looking for musicians and bands to sing about sharing, artists to paint, photograph, create bodies of work about sharing. We want celebrities and people to be sharing ambassadors. This is the story of our future, and we want as many people as possible to share in the telling of it. Help me make this happen, because I will make this happen. I'm the persuader, remember? So please, share as much as you can. The sharing economy will bring about the biggest changes since the Industrial Revolution, and this is your chance to be a part of it. Think about the future, our sustainable future. We'd all like to share that. Thank you for sharing this opportunity and your time. We're the people who share. We think sharing makes sense. Don't you?